Before we get started, let's get those juices flowing, entrepreneurs. Hey, 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 hey. There's a hater right there. They don't believe in your dreams. So this is what you do. Before we get into the video, I need you to do one simple step for me, entrepreneurs. You just look at your hater, no matter who they are, and you do this one thing. Repeat after me. You want to wave. 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 I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're doing well. Now bounce. 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 I see you moving. I see you moving. Bounce. 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 One more thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. JV Nation! What's going on, beautiful people? I am your host that does the most, Jeremiah Vegan. If you guys aren't familiar with who I am, you're under a rock. I am a personal brand consultant. I specialize in helping people build their online audience and help create income for their brand or business. So if you want to be a blogger or if you want to be a personal brand as an extension of your business like Gary Vaynerchuk or something like that, I'll be the guy that you will speak to. Last year, I was able to bring a influencer from 250 subscribers to 4,000 subscribers. And within our first week, we made $2,500 with our first product. And that was me just figuring out video marketing and other stuff like that. And now I'm building my own personal brand. So I will encourage you to subscribe to my channel as I grow, because I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by February. So we're going to see how that works out. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about influencer marketing and what to look for when you're looking for an influencer to help sell your product. If you guys aren't familiar with influencer marketing, I need you to stop watching this video, and instead of watching this video individually, watch it in the playlist. I put together videos that are relevant towards what I'm talking about into playlists so you guys can learn about it all in one, okay? So you won't have to be scattered all over the place. You can learn everything as if it's like a training course or something like that. So if you're not familiar with influencer marketing, I'll go over it briefly, but you guys need to go watch my videos in the description box below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you need to go to Jeremiah Vegan and find me and watch me, okay? Influencer marketing is essentially a personal brand who has a following already online and that has your ideal audience. So you want to get influencers, someone who is an established person online who already built a trust with your ideal audience. Okay, so for example, if you sell hair products, you probably want to reach out to someone who does videos and does blogs on hair products, right? That would make sense. They will have your ideal audience, right? So that's kind of what influencer marketing is. Now, there's things that you need to look out for when you're pursuing a influencer, which I also talk about in my playlist. And one thing that's very important is you want to check for your engagement. So just because someone has followers a lot of followers doesn't necessarily mean that they have engagement, which is the primary thing. If you got a lot of followers and no engagement, you pretty much don't have anything. A lot of people buy followers and buy subscribers on YouTube and Facebook. So there's certain tools that you need to look out for, certain things that you need to look out for. All right, and I'm going to go over some things. Now we're going to talk about Instagram in this example because this is what I get the most requests about regarding Instagram influencers, okay? One thing that you need to do is you need to check for engagement. And the way for you to check an engagement is to go to the Instagram calculator. So this is what you do. Excuse my videos that I had on over here. I was listening to Beats Motorsport. Okay, so let's type in Instagram calculator. Instagram calculator, okay? Then we're going to look for that Instagram calculator right here. You're going to see Instagram sponsored post influencer, Instagram influencer sponsored post money calculator. Okay, I kind of went over this in a couple of my videos, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on what this is. Okay, so the Instagram calculator allows you to calculate your estimate earnings from your Instagram account. If you believe you are an influencer, based on your engagement and number of followers, below are some stats relating to engagement on Instagram, followed by the Instagram influencer earnings. Average engagement rate on Instagram and Twitter in 2017. We analyzed 1 million plus influencer profiles across leading influencer marketing platforms. Okay. So basically what this thing does is you can actually put in the person's IG username and it will come up what their estimated earnings per post would be and what their engagement rate would be. Okay, so if you are looking for an influencer to give you a shout out for your service or website or e-commerce store, whatever the case may be, you can actually go in and type in what their estimated earnings will per post would be based on their following and engagement. Now, let me be clear, just because it says what their estimated earnings would be here doesn't necessarily mean that it would be the same for them. They might go higher, they might go lower, but this is just to give you an idea, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to actually put in the person's username here, and then you will be able to see. So let's give an example. Who do you guys follow on Instagram that is popular? I'm waiting for, oh yeah, this is not a live video. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, so I don't know anybody's stuff by heart, username. We put it in Drake, okay? Let's go with Drake's, okay. It looks like this account we put in has 329,796 followers, have about 89,797 likes. Their estimated earnings per post will be $7,433. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm silly. $743.25 to $1,200 roughly. Okay, that's what their estimated per post would be. So you want to go look at, and their engagement rate is 2.37, which isn't really that good. So we're gonna put in we want to put in somebody else. So let's go with let's look up somebody on Instagram, shall we? Let's go do that. Let's go do that. Let's look up somebody on Instagram. Let's go. Let's ignore Migos for a second. Oh, I got one. I got a person. I think this is his name. Matter of fact, let's go on Instagram and see. Okay. Go on Instagram and see. We're gonna go to Instagram. Damn, I gotta do all of this. Let me log in and I'll get back to you guys. Okay. So I was able to log into my Instagram account, and one of my favorite influencers right now, one of my biggest inspirations is Gary Vaynerchuk. What you can do is you can take a person's username. For example, we took Gary V's username and we are going to put his username in this calculator here. It says enter your Instagram username. Let's see what we got. Gary V in the house. So if we were able to get Gary V, if we wanted to reach out to Gary V, his estimated earnings per post, according to this calculator, would be around 4,000 to 7,000, with 1.54 engagement rate. You want to check for engagement. If people aren't commenting and people aren't saying things and stuff like that, you don't want to reach out to them. All right, let's go. If you're not familiar with the engagement rate or what to look for with the engagement rate, this thing will cover it, okay? On this thing that I just showed you guys. So follow me. An engagement rate of 3%, any engagement rate above that combined with a higher number of followers suggests that you are an influencer amongst your peers. Our Instagram earnings estimator takes these factors into account. We look at the average engagement rates of your last 12 Instagram posts, engagement being likes and comments on your posts. Example, if your engagement rate is less than 8% and you have less than 1,000 followers, you can expect to receive less payment from brands in those influencers who exceed the average engagement rates on their posts. Also see, wait a minute, let me rephrase that. I hate when I read stuff wrong. If your engagement rate is less than 8% and you have less than 1,000 followers, you can expect to receive less payment from brands than those influencers who exceed the average engagement rates on their posts. Also see the average engagement rates by amount of followers in the above graph. From a brand's point of view, the niche makes a difference. To fashion firms are far more likely to work with high-profile name influencers than firms selling bathroom fittings, for instance, and business set their budgets accordingly. Okay, so that is kind of what it means when you're looking for your engagement rate. So look, they estimate him to be 4,000 to 7,000 per post. Okay, you don't want to go for the higher people if you're just starting. The thing about influence marketing is you can actually negotiate what you can do to compensate the influencer. Like if, for example, if there is someone that does tech, right? You have, say you got a new phone. You got a phone that you created, or new tech invention that you created, and you want an influencer that does tech videos to look at it. You can reach out to them and ask them for a review. In exchange for a review, you will give them the product for testing it out, reviewing it, being honest with their product. And that is a way of promotion. That is a form of promotion. When someone testing out your product or something like that, in exchange for that, you give them the product. Now, if they don't review the product and they just keep your product, you already will have a contract in place. If you guys aren't familiar with influencer contracts, I'll talk about that in the description below. You will already have something in place where it would say that if you don't do a review, or if the influencer doesn't do what you guys agreed upon, you have a contract that says that you are able to invoice them. And you can kind of go about it the way you want to go with it. That's the beautiness of being your own boss, and that's the beauty of influencer marketing, is you're able to negotiate different things. Now, I encourage people to, when first starting out, to reach out to people who have a smaller audiences. Okay, so maybe 3,000 to maybe up to 7,000 followers on Instagram or something like that. That way it won't be like a whole lot of demand, because they're on the come up. They're excited to hear from you most of the time, for you to be even interested in sponsoring them. And that's how you could really build your audience, because they still have a nice size following, but it's small enough to where it's reasonable for you, whether it's through compensation or whether it's through money or whatever the case may be. They're very reachable at that point. And I go over different ways on how you can actually reach out to that influencer as well. Now, everybody's not going to say yes. You're going to get some people that are going to say no, but it's okay. That's the beauty of the game. That's how the game works. Okay. So, you can definitely do that. And those are some tips that can help you as far as, getting engagement going on and helping people, getting your product sold, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, this is one more thing that I want to leave you guys with. Whenever whenever you're checking for engagement, you want to look at their following, people who are liking their posts, people who are commenting, stuff like that. If people aren't commenting, liking their posts, having any type of engagement, there's a high, you don't want to do business with them. You don't want to do business with people who don't have engagement, because that's what it boils down to. Even if you got 1,000 followers, if you got somebody that got 1,000 followers, if they engagement rate is through the roof, where they got people commenting constantly, they're responding, they're having conversations all the time on every post, that's the people that you want to pursue. Okay, it's not about just the followers, and people buy followers as well. So you want to check the Instagram calculator regarding that. Now, that concludes all of that, all of the information on what to check for when you're looking for an influencer. If you guys like this video, please make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell. I feel like every blogger says that, but I really want you to do it if you like it, because I do a video every day. And I give value as much as I possibly can to the people who need it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Make sure that you're there. I better see you there. Peace and hair grease.